Hey, get the keys to the jet. What we gonna do? Yo, thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Crypto Daddy, and I wanna say, please buy this, buy XRP next, buy Bitcoin. You can buy, I don't give a damn. This my theme song for my fucking podcast. Who else got a theme song for their podcast? This my fucking theme. What's good, crypto kids? It's your boy Crypto Daddy bringing you another crypto thoughts from a crypto maniac trying to maintain through this crazy ass bear market. You got influencers asking for money. You got influencers losing a company. But we don't report on that kind of drama. We report on actual news going on. And if anybody who's in this space know, yesterday, Mr. Jerome Powell, Mr. Money Man himself, was speaking at the FOMC meeting yesterday. And if you know, you know, they didn't raise rates. They paused them. Rates will remain 5.25% to 5.50%, which means if you got A1 credit, the best rate you can get on a loan is 7%.
Are you kidding me?
So I say that, and I'm gonna say this. They kept telling us, they kept lying to us and saying it's transitory. It's transitory, which means it's temporary. I'm gonna show you guys some clips. This is what they've been lying to us since 2021.
Is on a path to remain well above our goals and risk of setting us off on a period of high inflation, then we'll use our tools to guide inflation back down to 2%. So in the end, it's not going to be. In the end, it will be transitory, and people need to have faith in the central bank that we will do that. But we won't do it just because we honestly, it would be a mistake to do it at a time when we really do believe, and virtually all forecasters do believe, that these things will come down.
Are you kidding me?
So really the problem now is that demand is very, very strong. Incomes are high. People have money on their in the bank accounts. Demand for goods is extremely high, and it hasn't come down. We're seeing the service sector reopening, and so you're seeing prices are moving back up off their lows there. But in terms of overcorrecting, I mean, I think there is a possibility on the other side of this that inflation could actually be quite low going forward. But that's not really where our focus is right now. Our focus right now is we need to. Our expectation is that these high inflation readings that we're seeing now will start to abate, and that's what we think, and it'll be like the lumber experience and like we expect the used car experience to be, with things like airplane tickets and hotels, which are the other two factors in the most recent CPI report that went up a lot.
Are you kidding me?
Inflation consistently back to 2%. You kind of get that in 2024 a little bit. 1.5% is just a touch below what's the estimate of potential. So the fact that you're getting so much done at so much less cost, does that represent a change in how you think inflation works, a change in how you think the economy works, a change in the mix of supply healing versus demand destruction that's necessary to achieve this?
Yes, of course, it is a good thing that we've seen now meaningful rebalancing in the labor market without an increase in unemployment. And that's because we're seeing that rebalancing in other places, in, for example, job openings and in the jobs worker gap. You're also seeing supply side things. So that's happening. I would say, though, I still think, and I think broadly people still think that there'll have to be some softening in the labor market that can come through more supply, as we've seen as well. Also, remember, the natural rate we think is coming down, which is a supply side thing, so that the gap between any given unemployment rate that's lower than that and the natural rate comes down. That's a way for supplies. That's a way for the labor market to achieve a better balance. So all of those things are happening. You're right. In the median forecast, we don't see a big increase in unemployment. We do see an increase, and but that really is just playing forward the trends that we've been seeing. That is not guaranteed. There may come a time when unemployment goes up more than that, but that's really what we've been seeing, is progress without higher unemployment for now.
So just to boil that down for a second, we've gone from a very narrow path to a soft landing. to something different, would you call the soft landing now a baseline expectation?
No, I would not do that. I would just say, what would I say about that? I've always thought that the soft landing was a plausible outcome, that there was a path, really, to a soft landing. I've thought that, and I've said that since we lifted off. It's also possible that the path is narrowed and it's widened, apparently. Ultimately, this may be decided by factors that are outside our control at the end of the day. But I do think it's possible. And, I also think, this is why we're in a position to move carefully again, that we will restore price stability. We know that we have to do that, and we know the public depends on us doing that, and we know that we have to do it so that we can achieve the kind of labor market that we all want to achieve, which is
Doc, why did you think inflation was temporary?
The word, of course, transitory is what you're referring to, and I not only believe, but I've said, and this is
Well, is temporary and transitory, those are synonymous, right?
yeah, those are they're synonyms, and I
Okay,
think
well, tell me why.
But I think transitory
No,
was
tell
so
me why you thought inflation. I'm going to be accurate. Why in your infinite wisdom you thought inflation was transitory or temporary?
Well, let me be clear about what we meant at the time. And by the way, and this is contrary to what Ranking Member Scott said earlier, I did not ever say that people didn't understand transitory. What I said was we didn't understand transitory. In fact,
Well, that's clear. We can stipulate to that.
That word that word is temporally ambiguous. It meant different things. To some people, it meant 2 weeks. To some people, it meant 2 years. What we meant, and let me answer your question, we thought inflation was going to accelerate and gradually cool down over time. Now, that has turned out to be in fact, the pattern that inflation has taken. But transitory was much too ambiguous a description of that dynamic. Acceleration, cooling.
So let me
now,
stop
inflation
you,
is
'cause I'm
down
gonna
from
run out of
9%
time. I'm gonna run out
to
of time.
5%.
Are you telling me that when you said inflation was transitory, you were correct?
No, I'm not saying I was correct or incorrect. What I'm saying was that was
Sounds
an
to me like
ambiguous...
you're saying you were correct.
No, I'm saying that was an ambiguous and unclear word that was poorly chosen, I think, for that discussion because it meant different things to different people.
Are you kidding me?
And you watch them lie and lie. And somebody be like, well, it's not a lie. It is a lie, bro. When somebody goes, the people depend on us, the public depend on us, he's saying all the wrong words. He's saying all the wrong things, but using the right words. And this is why a lot of people think finance is really, really complicated because they use words like transitory. They use words like liquidity. They use words like complicated. They use words that we everyday people don't use every fucking day. Ain't nobody saying like, yeah, man, I'm unemployed, but it's transitory. Motherfucker, like I'm in between jobs, bro. We use the guy asking him questions, he's stumbling over his words. Well, how can I?
Would you call the soft landing now a baseline expectation?
No, I would not do that. I would just say, what would I say about that?
Bruh, don't listen to these people, man. You think that man is up there? You think Jerome Powell? You think he's worried about inflation? You think that really bothers him, that inflation is high? No. He's not worried about inflation, you guys. He's really not worried about inflation. So we got one more meeting. No, we got two more meetings this year. We got one in October, and then we got one in December. And then we got a few of them in next year. So they said we got one more rate hike. He said we got one more rate hike this year. Now, maybe next year they'll pause and maybe start reversing rates. Once they start reversing rates, that's when you'll start seeing the markets increase and they start pumping liquidity into the markets because now, like I said, good credit is 7%. You borrow 100, you got to pay 7 back. Oh, see, poor people go do that. Rich people like, I ain't paying back 7%. What the fuck I got good credit for? I want to pay back nothing. All right, you guys. So we got Chainlink making the news again. Man, Chainlink crew, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but Chainlink is in the news again. They didn't signed on and got hooked up with Arbitrum. Arbitrum is a scaling solution is a layer 2 scaling solution on the Ethereum blockchain. I know if you don't know what none of that means, is just know Chainlink, Arbitrum hooked up. Chainlink is on Avalanche. Chainlink is on Ethereum. Chainlink is doing a thing, bro. So even though they can fuck with the interest rates and not do whatever they want to do, Chainlink is still making moves. Listen, this is the time where everybody in the space, you'll know who the real winners and you'll know who the real losers are. The real winners are still making noise when the prices are low. They don't care. They literally don't give a fuck about the price. You'll never hear them like, man, fuck, we can't make any money. No, they got over 500 employees. They doing their thing. So trust me, like they got something going on. Chainlink is something to watch out for. Not financial advice, not none of that. I'm making it a short video today. I want everybody, because there really ain't no news. Daddy out. Play my theme song.
Let's roll them.
Hey, get the keys to the jet. What we gonna do? Yo, thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Crypto Daddy, and I wanna say, please buy this, buy XRP next, buy Bitcoin. You can buy, I don't give a damn. This my theme song for my fucking podcast. Who else got a theme song for their podcast? This my fucking